Hello. All right. Good morning, everyone. We'll start shortly. I request you all to stay back and yeah, give us a few moments. Hello. I hope I'm audible to everyone. A heartfelt morning to all of you who are here with us today. This is Amay Jangde. Delighted to open this session and extend a warm welcome to you all. We would like to express our gratitude to Director Dr. Vivek Kapoor sir, HOD AI Dr. Smitha Nirki ma'am, the guest of honor, Mr. Pasan sir, all the HODs, deans, registrar, the faculty members of the AI department, the professors, all the teaching and non-teaching staff, and the students of ghrietn for their heartwarming presence. Today, we have with us an amazing personality, Mr. Pasan sir. Mr. Pasan Pethiyagoda. He is an electrical design engineer at Bio Operations Limited, UK. He is also the IEEE Region 10 coordinator for SPAx. He has a tremendous experience as visiting lecturer, city, and guides. He has worked as an associate member Institute of Engineers, Sri Lanka. He has also worked as a trainee engineer at Resource Management Associates, South Asia Gateway Terminals. Now, I would like to request Mr. Pasan sir to please take the charge of the session. Sir, please.
Thank
Mr.
you very
Pasan
much,
sir.
Ami.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ami.
I'll
I
just,
hope you can hear me.
yeah, I can hear you. I'll just give you the sharing rights.
Yeah, please, so that I can start. Meanwhile, thank you so much for that fabulous introduction. And thanks a lot for inviting. I'm glad to hear that academic staff,
Yes,
from
thank
academic
you.
staff, and a lot of members are
Thank
there.
you for being with
I,
us.
uh,
I
I
think you
think
can present now, sir.
I'm trying. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, we can see your screen.
It's perfect. Uh, let me start introducing myself. I'm Pasan Pethiyagoda, Region 10 SPAx coordinator, and you know my background because of that lengthy introduction. Thank you so much. But let me show you something really short before I move into the started volunteering in IEEE in me being in Sri Lanka. I think I'm familiar with. We don't start getting them. We start by volunteering. We start by working together because of our then we get the membership. That's how it usually happens. That was the case with me as well. I started working. I entered the university in 2009. I started working with IEEE from 2010. The simple reason was that I was good in speaking. Because of that, they wanted me to be the MC or the compere of the events. That's how I joined IEEE. In 2012, I got the membership. From 2012 to 2022, there has been a decade, 10 years. And from a student in second year who wanted membership, now I'm here having passed the branch chairman, having passed the chairman of young professionals in Sri Lanka, having passed the regional student representative in Asia Pacific region, a student representative in MGA Student Activities Committee, which is the Global Student Activities Committee, and now in SPAx Global Committee representing Region 10. Sorry. What I wanted to tell you is, I think most of you would be students today in first year, second year, maybe third year, or even final year, who are thinking whether you need the IEEE membership. So I'll be open as much as possible and tell you the paths available and the options available. But trust me, they are massive. I cannot tell you this is the exact path for you to move. What I can tell you is just show you a big set of opportunities you have. It's up to you to further investigate and find your path. Because my path was just volunteering. I'm no academic. I just love working. So I never wanted a master's. I never wanted a PhD. So my path was not related to academic stuff. But there are friends of mine who never volunteered, who started with writing papers, who moved into Canada, started PhD writing papers, and now they are renowned members in IEEE. And that was not because they followed my path, they followed something else. And I do not want to show you paths like this is the academic path, this is the industry path, and things like that. You could forget everything, just be a volunteer in women in engineering and go in a completely different path and be a social activist and really active in IEEE as well. You would have a really nice profile in IEEE or with IEEE and be a female leader. You have ample different paths, and I cannot tell you this is the way to do that. So all I can tell you is I'll show you everything I have. I have a really rich deck of slides which I would have to possibly run through within the 30 minutes because I don't want this to be a really boring presentation. I never want that to happen. So I'll rush through. So just get into your mind whatever related to you. You can of course Google and see. So this is just introduction. So this basically goes to the development of IEEE members inspire. What's interesting is if you travel anywhere in the world for a technical conference related to technology, you will be always related to. You will some just like we know because we meet many Indians here. When you come here, I mean, I have a lot of Indian friends. When they find another Indian, yeah, they feel like home. Yes, IEEE would not match that. But when you find somebody who is in IEEE, again, you'll have something to relate to, something in common, so that you'll have something to share. So this is something which gives you the global presence. So this is a massive group of things. Let me show you. Region 10 is divided into 10 regions. In the, for the region 10, Asia Pacific region, the biggest.
Hello, sir. There's a voice lag from your end. Hello.
Amit, can you hear me?
A little better, sir, but still it is a bit laggy.
All right. I'll try to be loud as much.
Yeah, it's much
Can you
better
hear me
now.
now?
It's much better.
All
It's
right,
good.
perfect. Sorry about that. There should be something wrong with my mic, but I'll make sure that I'm loud enough. This is region 10, and I mean, if you by any chance lose me, just let me know so that I can correct myself. Thank you so
Surely,
much.
sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. This is region 10 we are talking about. This is the region we belong to. See, this approximately uh, becomes to 30% of the entire regional population of IEEE, entire global population of IEEE. So you can understand how many opportunities we would have. We account to 1/3 of the global IEEE membership, meaning you will have a lot related to if you join IEEE. This is the structure of IEEE. We belong to region 10, which is the Asia Pacific region, which has 1,300 plus students, and those student branches have affinity groups and student branches as well. We will discuss these in detail. But just for you to understand, you belong to region 10 and you will belong to your section and you will belong to your student branch, which is in your university. So you will have your identity there. Value of IEEE membership. Okay, these are paths, but these are not firm paths. Just for the sake of expressing this, when you have IEEE membership, you will have changing knowledge in technology because you have you have newsletters coming to your mailbox. So you will stay current about and you will have a community because you can be on Twitter groups or Instagram groups where people share their ideas. So because of that, you will find a network which is outside your usual limited local community. Just for your understanding, I would say I have friends I made because of IEEE in maybe 40 plus countries around the world because I worked in the regional level. From Australia to Japan to Malaysia to Singapore to India to Pakistan to Istanbul, Turkey to a couple of sections in the US to UK. But we know people from different sections in different countries just because of IEEE. But to be frank with you, just getting the membership will not bring that. You have to work, you have to volunteer, you have to find your own way. But yes, that community is open to you. And then in terms of profession, empowering members for their careers, because this would come into your CV, the work you do in IEEE would come in your CV. You will meet people in your section, you will meet people in your country. And I always say, I work in UK because I had some really good connections, and though majority of them came from IEEE. So that's interesting thing to do. So this is how, in terms of knowledge, how you keep technically current. You will have a long list of edge sources coming to you, but I would like to highlight two things. IEEE Potentials magazine, this could come print or in electrical for electronic. You'll have the Spectrum magazine, which is these two would keep you technical. But trust me, you might think, why should I know what's happening at the other end of Silicon Valley in US, or is that what I'm paying for? Uh, well, that's a different question. No, but if you are interested in technical stuff, yes, this is for you. If you are interested in volunteering, okay, hold on, this is not for you. So this is for people who are interested and who always want to stay technologically current. You will have that information always coming into your mailbox because of IEEE. These are the other resources, and I would really love to show these to you. Uh, you will see awards. Why? Where if you volunteer, you will see example, Larry K. Wilson Award for the best volunteer in Region 10. I know Indians, I know Sri Lankans, I know Pakistanis, I know Japanese who want this. So these awards will keep you shining, and they will come into your CV. They will come into your profile and add value to you. And then you will have career webinars, which will tell you what opportunities are available to you. These are mostly organized locally. I know most of the Indian sections have them, and you will have job bank available from IEEE. And you have job opportunities coming in. But to be very open with you, these would mostly work for the job opportunities would work for you. We say those would not work for India, but the contacts you make through IEEE would definitely open you. You will have an e-learning library. You will have the job site, which is mainly to US, so don't ponder upon this. This is honestly not for us. But you will have women in engineering work to do. You will have your professionals work to do, which I'll mention later. And you will have a member grade elevation. What does that mean? After becoming a student member, you can become a fellow grade member after you have enough experience and you have references. So this will add a nice golden badge to your profile in the future. I'm sure you have seen your professors, your academics, and some senior members in the industry would have the fellow IEEE membership with them. And that adds a lot of value. That is a long journey that would not come to you today, but the journey you start today can go there. And you will also have the resume lab where you can create a nice CV for you. And then Mitra IEEE is your web portal where you will get an email to your name. Say, for example, my email is pasan@ieee.org. So you will have a professional email for people, for you to send your resume, to send emails to companies, and to when you want to contact people for something professional, you can use your IEEE email rather than using a Gmail or Yahoo or whatever, which is there with everybody. And this could be a really interesting part. I'll be explaining this separately, so I don't try to explain it here. The awards, scholarships, and all right, benefits to professional networking. You will have discounts for IEEE. Yes, you will get the Google Apps IEEE, the email alias from IEEE. Then you will have a lot of local opportunities to volunteer, online communities, and volunteering. Also, this is the interesting part. Professionals were formerly known as gold, because graduate of last decade, but now they are young professionals because instead of last decade, they made it 15 years. Luckily, because of that, I can still be in the young professionals group, although even though I'm not young, honestly. And the opportunities you will see is that I was the chairman of IEEE Young Professionals. So the opportunities are that you get to speak to the industry leaders, and they would have recognition and they would listen to you because you come with the IEEE badge. You just go there as Pasan Pethiyagoda and speak to them and or invite them for something. I go there as the chairman of IEEE Young Professional, which is the world's largest technological body, and invite them for a speech, invite them for a discussion. And we do get to know each other. I have a list of people in Sri Lanka I got to know just because I have spoken to them as the chairman of young professionals. That's a different that's a different level of network you can reach to. Okay, I'm being frank with you. Just having the membership won't bring that to you. But if you volunteer, if you work, because you have ample opportunities. I know India, I have worked with India. I know India has a lot of volunteers and a lot of opportunities as well. Because India has an overwhelming list of events happening. We see that. Because of that, you have many opportunities. And I know you know Adil. You should have worked with Adil. I'm sure the organizers know Adil Usman. who is from India and now in US. I worked with Nivas Ravichandran, I have worked with Arjun Pillai, I have worked with Preeti Bajaj, I have worked with Ramakrishna Kapalantu. All these are Indian volunteers who started from a small point and who developed themselves into either regional or global levels. So volunteering is a really firm, really sharp tool if you use properly. So you can have a really shining profile in IEEE. And young professionals are really good point to start because after being a student, when you start working, you can join IEEE young professionals and do your work. These are the membership discounts for academics. You will have discounts. You will have discounts for standards as well. I have used these a lot. I remember when I wanted IEEE 80 standard for when I was working in Sri Lanka. Yes, it gave me for $13, whereas actually something around 39. You have discounts for ebooks, for journals. You have a lot of discounts because you have already paid a part of that as the membership fee. And as the affinity groups, we will discuss that later because I want to explain women in engineering, which is really important. And you will have cost savings in variety of other IEEE membership related. So these are the promotions. I'm sure you are already in Facebook. You know IEEE, but I would suggest you to be in Region 10 group, Region 10 Facebook page, and Region 10 society. Because Region 10 will always publish a lot related to you. So rather than going following, you can always follow the main group. You can always follow the main page, but make sure that you are in Region 10 as well because that will publish stuff more related. Here we are. MGA SPAx, Student Professional Aware. Yeah, like now, in student activities. What we do is we belong to the part called IEEE students, and we provide speakers, we provide virtual speakers, we provide matching funds for events, we do promotions, and we support regional coordinators for branding and promote IEEE everywhere, which is we are doing at the moment. So this is about us, but this is not what I want to explain today. This is because I have to tell you who we are. But I'm more interested in you getting the benefits of IEEE. We are here to promote that as a SPAC, and we want you to get the benefit. All right, this is how the membership goes. We start as a student member. That's how I did. And then the graduate student member. Now I'm an associate member, which is after graduate. And then you can become a member. This is where the goal badges like senior member, fellow member, or a life member. So to become a fellow member, you will need a lot of references from your peers. They have to propose you. You have to go through an interview and become a fellow. But this brings a lot of color to your profile. So if you join IEEE, I would suggest you to have a target that you would become a fellow member one day, so that you will be a reputed, you will be a prestigious member within that. I know a lot of people from India who have come here, and I'm sure all of you can be there. You will have. This is the two I want you to be more aware. Yeah? Women in engineering is another free community. You can, if you are a female member, you can go into women in engineering who has a lot of opportunities, trainings, and leadership activities, women in engineering activities where they promote engineering for women. There is no restriction. Anybody can be a women in engineering member, but I have seen a lot of Indian students, particularly girls, who are really active in there. They promote really active female characters, encourage females, And I have seen some really nice work they do because their work always come with humanity as well. I have seen them teaching poor children. I have seen them organizing charities and social contributory activities as well. So they do a lot of work. You should not come here to do a charity, but in your activities, you do some social services. You pay back to your country or to society, and these guys do that really well. Who are in the many nations. So if you are a female student and if you want to shine from the rest, I would suggest you that you should consider this option. I'm not telling that boys can't do that. If you wish to, you can also be a very energetic member. No restriction at all. But girls, I'm sure you will ace here because I have seen a lot of Indian girls doing that. These are the societies you have. This is really big. You have 39. I'm not going to read them. I'm not going to read them at all. But I want you guys to see these names particularly and keep in your mind. Aerospace, if you are interested, circuits, control systems, industrial electronics, industrial applications, information theory, instrumentation and measurements, photonics, power electronics. I'm really interested in them because I'm a member of this. Power and energy is also a really nice area. Signal processing, solid state circuits, and vehicular technology. But you have a long list of 39. When you become a member, you can be a part of this society. I'm a part of the power and energy society because I'm in that field and power electronics. But you can forget all these and go and be a member of, say, computational intelligence because you do computer science or directly computer society. These societies, these societies are sub societies within the total technological part of IEEE who would help you to get more information about technology. See, I'm not an academic. I'm not working in a university. I have not published papers in IEEE, but I'm a member of Power and Energy. So this is a really nice mix, and you don't have to be an academic to be a part of this. You can add this to your program. So you are not an academic. So this is Power and Energy Society. I'm showing this to you because I love this. Some past events we had. If you are a Power and Energy Society member, they would give you discounts and be part in their conferences, meet people, work with them, get to know about the latest technologies, particularly about the sustainable. This is about PES. PES because young professionals closely work with PES. Is there everywhere. So if you join them, yeah, you get to work with young professionals as well. So this is nice place for you to work if you are interested. Even though I have not included here, Computer Society is also a really nice place to work. I know it's really popular in India. To the leadership of Computer Society from India. So you guys have a lot of opportunity. This is Industrial Application Society, another one like that. Here comes the volunteering opportunities. This is how I came here. You start with the student branch, start with the local section, your local section. Then you go to the region, which is region 10, and then you go to global level. I started with my student branch, University of America branch, then Asia region, then the global level, which I'm doing today. I was actually at the global level region, but yeah, once you pass this level, once you move into region, it's not very hard because you have a lot of opportunities. You have opportunities in section level as well. You just got to start and start pushing yourself forward. You will find a lot of opportunities. These are supports. I'm sure you have seen that Region 10 Congress to which some of you we have been having a lot of fun there. We hosted this. I was a part of hosting this. I was an program committee chair when this happened in 2018 in Bali. Unfortunately, thereafter everything became virtual because of the pandemic. And the Region 10 is working back towards making this physical again, where you will see meet lot of volunteers around the region and honestly train the leaders and have a lot of fun. So you have this opportunity. Yeah, you have the Region 8 Congress to which usually Region 10 is also invited, and the students and young engineers meet, ILC for women in engineering, and PEA Student Congress. And societies, these are societies who are offering. To be very honest with you, I have not applied this, but I want to show you. You are looking for a grant to study, suggest you that Google the societies you could be a part of. See the grants available. So there are many. This is a part of those. Yes, I'm not that familiar with them into details, but I want you guys to have a note, take a note, and look at them later. Grants for you to attend conferences if you are. Then, when it comes to awards, you will have this is PES, but it's not only PES. The Computer Society has awards, Power and Energy Society has awards, Industrial Application Society has awards. There are a lot of awards which you can. So be a part of that. Be a part of that. See what you can relate to and apply and work and apply for them. These are student project grants like standard education grants and student education, student enterprise award, Darrell Chong
Hello,
award.
sir. Your voice is breaking a lot last few seconds.
Sorry, I think that's. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. It's better now.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Uh, these are the student awards. So if you are interested in doing a project and you want your project to be funded, yes, take note of these. And I'm sure you know this. I don't have to explain this. This is IEEE Extreme. Everybody knows. That's pathetic. Go Google IEEE Extreme because that's really popular around the world and a lot of Indians. So you should know this. If you don't know this, if you are in computer science, this is women in engineering. I have just explained, so I don't want to spend much time. These are for women. These are for girls who get the opportunity. You can. There are startup funding. This is from my students. We do have startup and initial funding. We have funding for these are the funding. To apply, you have to visit. IEEE is another celebration, which usually is we are for the 1st of October, and this is a celebration everybody around the world, and you will have coordinators celebrating IEEE around the world. This is and the future 50. I'm not quite sure whether this is available or this was the promotion previous year. I'm not sure whether this is valid. But do Google and see whether Future 50 is available because it's available. And if yes, you should be able to renew your membership at 50%. All right, so that's it from my side. I have taken 30 minutes as expected. If you have any other questions or clarifications, I would love to hear them. Hope you can hear me. Oh, did I lose my contact?
Hello. Thank you so much, sir.
No, I hope you can hear me. I just wanted to confirm that I did not lose my contact.
No, we can hear you, sir. We are still
All
audible.
right, great. So if you guys have any questions, anything to clarify, I'm happy to do that. And
Yeah.
I would just move to view the chat. I would stop sharing because I want to view the chat and sharing. So if you have
Well,
any questions, we. is hard to ask, just type in the chat. That's perfectly all right.
Yeah, guys, please put them in chat box. We'll have a short query session.
Guys, if you have questions, just feel free to type it down. Or I know you might have questions, but if you are not in a position to type, that's perfectly all right. Do Google and see, or I'll write my email address here. If you guys do not feel comfortable asking them, or maybe if you,
So there's two questions in chat box. One's from Chirayo, that does it affect our academics? And one's from Mandar. How do we get published on IEEE Extreme?
all right, number one, does it affect our academics? So I'm trying to understand the question, but it would really support you in terms of academics, because when you become a member of IEEE, you will have a lot of opportunities to publish your articles, and that relates to number two, how to get published on IEEE Extreme. Well, this is not Extreme. This should be Explore. I'm sure you are referring to the journals lab. Extreme, because Extreme is the coding competition, and Explore is where you have the publications. So I hope you are referring to Explore, assuming that if you are an academic, a student who's doing research or projects, and you want to publish a research paper, you will have a lot of conferences happening around the world, and you will see a lot of them in India as well. So say for example, All India Conference and the 10 Symposium by Region 10, you will have a lot of events happening, and you can publish your academic research there. So for that, you have to be an IEEE member, and that's how it will not affect academics, but it would support you as an academic to publish whatever your research are. I think that they how so that is about being an academic, getting support as an academic and publishing your papers. You have to go to Region 10 website or Region 10 Facebook page and see the number of events, number of conferences happening around India. You will realize how many opportunities you have to publish yourself. How to participate in IEEE Extreme? Uh, Try to Google and see, because it's pretty easy. All you need is you have to have a team of three, and you need a mentor who you should definitely able to find from your own university, and then you can take part in you need the membership, by the way. You are an IEEE member when it happens, usually in October. it is 24-hour programming competition, and you can be a part of that programming competition and do coding for 24 hours and complete globally. The whole world is competing. Whole world is competing within a specified 24 hours, and you can be a part of that. All you need is the membership and a team of 3. But all we have to do if you want to grab those awards, well, grabbing those awards is not easy. You have to be first, you have to be a volunteer and do volunteer. I'll explain just one for you because it's hard to explain everything. If you become a student volunteer in your student branch, start volunteering just as a volunteer. Maybe do photocopies, maybe you compare, maybe you be in the registration. You start volunteering and you gradually come into the leadership positions of the student branch. That usually happens when you work, and after being a volunteer in student branch, you would get the opportunity to move into section level. And when you start volunteering in section level, you would see that you can apply for awards. Say, for example, Larry K. Wilson Best Student Volunteer Award awarded for each region. So you can apply as a student volunteer for the region 10 Larry K. Wilson Award for the best volunteer, and you can grab that award. So that's just one example. So you will see just like that. Every award there's a criteria, and you will be able to match the criteria when you start volunteering. Where can we share if we have any idea regarding events and startups? Well, startup funding is a different. Startup funding is from IEEE students, but if you have particular startup ideas which you want to promote or get funded, then again you have to refer to the specific activity. Say, for example, IEEE would call for proposals for startups. When that happens, you have to respond to that. So there is no something like a dashboard or a leaderboard where you can go and write them. But as and when you are called for them, you have to respond to them. Next question, do we get our IEEE personalized email? Yes, you do get it. When you have a membership, you can ask for them. We were lucky because in good old days, we could have the email just with the first name. So mine is Pasan at ieee.org. But later they changed it, saying that you need to have 2 names. So my friends have something like subodha.charles at ieee.org. But yes, it's a personalized email to you, to your name. Do we get any letter of recommendation through IEEE? You do not get recommendation letters from IEEE main body, but you can always have your membership card available to show. And of course, you can ask for recommendation letters from people you meet from IEEE. Because to be very open with you, the 2 referees I have in my CV came there because of IEEE. Because I got to know them because of IEEE. So you can have references to the people you get to know because of IEEE, and you can always have your membership status, membership letter, and membership card downloaded from IEEE. That's available. I think I covered everything in the chat box.
Hello. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Now, moving ahead, if there's no more queries, uh, before we close this session, I would request everyone to please turn on their cameras for a quick screenshot. Come on, guys.
Thank you so much for inviting us, and it's always our pleasure to speak to you. And if there is anything we can do, speak to me or Adil. We are more than happy to.
Hello, all the attendees are requested to stay for a while. There will be a feedback link in the chat box in a short while. Once you are done filling that, you are free to leave. Everyone stay back for the feedback link. How is it? All right, guys, check the chat box. The feedback link is right there. Fill that up, and then you're free to leave.